I'm down here at what we call Woodpecker Hollow. It's where I keep my beehives. We got a few of them back there. That's those yellow boxes. And I've only got bees in one of them. I just got them this year. I got a 5-frame nuke. They come in Langstroth frames. And I've got Layens hives, so I had some adapters to put them in there. But when I went through them that first time, I'm total newbie at this. That joke's gonna get old, isn't it? But I was going through the frames trying to figure out what's what, and I couldn't quite figure it out. I couldn't find the queen, so I don't know for sure that there's a queen in there. I don't know what I'm looking at. I couldn't tell what was like cap brood and cap honey and stuff like that. So I've got a friend, his name is Joel, and he's gonna be here in a few minutes, and we're gonna go through all those frames and look at what's what and try to find that queen. And hopefully we'll find her, and once we do, I will show her to you. They're probably gonna need some more space, so I'll probably actually go ahead and fill the whole thing up with frames. It'll just be a 14 frame hive, give them plenty of space to grow into. So we'll just have to see. Once Joel gets here, we'll go down there, see what we can find. I believe it's in everyone to want freedom and security. But the problem is that most of the lifestyles that we lead today don't really feel like they have those two things. And that's a lot of the reason that we started homesteading and growing our own food. And over time, we've added more and more things to that. We started out doing vegetables and chicken, milk, beef, and now the most recent thing is bees. I built 3 Layens hives and I ordered a nuke box and I put those into one of the hives, and I was really hoping to be able to fill up the other 2 hives by the end of this season. And sure enough, I did catch a swarm, and so I put that in one of the hives. And then one time when I was doing a hive check, I sent some video footage to a beekeeping friend of mine and asked him to look at it, just see what he thought about how they were doing and stuff. And he noticed in that video that there was a queen cell, looked like it was being built. And that original hive had built up really fast. It was doing really well. So I decided to go ahead and split it instead of letting it swarm and losing half of the bees. So the way I split that hive is I took several of the frames along with the queen, took them into my one empty hive, and then I left some of the frames there hoping that they would raise their own queen. It's been a few weeks ago and it's time to check that out and see how they're doing. And there's 2 main things that I want to look at. I want to see if they actually did raise a queen in that original hive. And I also want to see if that queen is still there in the one that I moved, because it was a little sketchy when I moved it. And when I moved the frame with her on it into that hive, I didn't see where she went. She could have like flown out or got squished or something like that. But before I do that, I want to take you back to the first time that I did a hive check. This was one of the empty frames that I stuck in there. What has it just been a week ago?
Nice.
Okay, I found my queen. Where'd she go? Right there. When you think of beekeeping and having a beehive, you think of these bees flying around everywhere.
Yeah.
They're just like,
this is great.
Totally chill. This little chunk was built against the wall and it broke, so we're gonna take it inside and taste it a little bit.
Right underneath.
That was a lot of fun to go through that with Jolyn and just to see the amazingness of how those bees work. I just think it is one of God's coolest creations. I just absolutely love what I'm learning through this and what I'm seeing, and it feels like it's opening up a whole new little world of knowledge and appreciation for what's going on around me. Here's the chunks of honeycomb that we pulled off the side that had been stuck to the wall. And it's so good. I wonder if Tears of the Bite with the wormy in it.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, you're not supposed to be eating sugar.
This isn't sugar. This is just raw, unfiltered, wild edibles. This is like fruit. So this is the hive that I moved the queen out of and moved it into the hive at the end. So we're hoping that this hive raised its own queen. So I'll just take these frames out one by one, take a look at them, see if we can find some eggs being laid, see if they're doing any honey, and see if we can find that queen. They are going to town making honey in that comb. So far, we're seeing like all honey. Not sure if that's a good thing.
That we're seeing so much honey?
Well, we need to see the queen laying eggs. Okay, here's a bunch more honey. I'm starting to get a little scared because I'm not seeing anything with brood in it. It's just all honey. Uh-oh, look at that. I think that's a good thing right there.
Did you find the queen?
No, I did not find the queen, but down here is some capped brood and some larvae. They're mad in there. We got some larvae up in here and some pollen, so that's a good sign. So I am down to my last 2 frames in this hive here, and I still haven't found the queen. Getting a little scared. I have seen some larvae in there and a couple of caps on it, so that's a good sign. What I'm hoping is there's a young queen in there, started laying eggs, turned into larvae, and it's on its way. But it's a little scary because most of what I found so far is honey, which is exciting in one way, but I really need a queen here. Tell me what you see over there, Izzy.
There's capped honey up here. Then there's like shiny stuff over there.
Well, here's another very pretty looking comb of honey. Not what we're looking for. This was Izzy's idea and he made it himself. Welcome back to Woodpecker Hollow. Unfortunately, that one hive took me so long last evening that I wasn't able to get to any of the others. To be honest, I was really discouraged after going through that hive, after not being able to find a queen, and just I feel like every time I go through my hives, I'm squishing bees and I don't really know what I'm doing. And it's just kind of frustrating and discouraging. I haven't gotten to talk to Jolyn yet, but I'm guessing what's gonna happen is either I'm gonna have to buy a new queen, or I'm gonna have to take like a frame of eggs out of the hive, the next hive that I go through, and put it in that hive so that they've got some eggs to hopefully make into a queen then. I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and go through the next hive, and then I'll just keep track of where the frames are that would have eggs in them, and so that if that is the option that I should go for, then I'll go back later and take a frame out and put it in with the other bees. The hive all the way at the end is the one that we went through yesterday, and then this one here at this end is one we're gonna go through now. Hey man, what's up?
Not too much. What about you?
Well, I'm actually just ready to get into another hive this evening.
I actually just listened to a podcast today. They said it's the best, like, spring to now that they've ever had for honey. Like, they have so much honey that they're actually, like, choking out the brood chamber and making so the queen can't lay as much because they're trying to, like, store all this honey anywhere they can.
I see.
And it's also at the time where their brood size does get small because of the summer. I wouldn't be too worried about you not having a queen in that hive with what I've heard and seen from this year.
Well, that worked out perfect. I was just ready to start on this hive and Jolyn called me. What he said was really comforting. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna go through this hive here, and if there is a lot of frames with eggs in them, I'm gonna take one of those frames out and put it in that other hive, and then come back a few days from now and check it and see if they're building a swarm cell.
See the queen bee. I think I do. Look, right there.
Yeah, Tirza found the queen. Good job. So hopefully this will pick her up. She's about in the middle right now, a little above center. About right in the middle right now. She's in that dark spot in the middle. That is very satisfying. Calm down, girls. All right, these bees are mad. We got a lot of capped honey at the top. Got some brood down here, some larvae, nectar there. This one's looking really nice. I think these bees really want to sting us. So let me bring you over here and look at this real quick while Tirza holds the frame. So it looks like the next frame's in there. That's just a partially made comb. They're working on that one. It looks from there on out like they're just working on those to build those out. Then I think what I'm gonna do is go back. That first frame that had the eggs in it, we're gonna get that other one opened up. We're gonna pull one out there, hopefully get one that's like full of honey, because these guys aren't doing a whole lot of honey in here. I'm gonna pull this one out with the eggs and take it over there and swap it out with one over there that's got honey in it. Let's go over here and open this other hive up. I think we're gonna probably make them really mad, but we're just gonna go for it. Can I see the eggs? Ow! Ow, 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 that stung. Whoopee! Shouldn't have yelled like that. Boy, that hurts. Stung through my jeans. I've got this frame here now from that hive down there that's got the queen in it, and it's got some eggs in it. I'm gonna set it down in here, and we'll have to come back in a couple days and see if they build a swarm cell to raise a queen.